Hi guys! So it has been such a long time since I last posted, and I'm sorry about that. I've just been busy and stuff, and then I was trying to post a video, but then stuff happened. But I'm finally able to post a video, and we're going to continue with the book that we stopped on, The 5 Feet Apart. If I remember correctly, we stopped at chapter 13. I even bookmarked it for you guys. So, yeah, here we go. So we're on chapter 14, Will. So here we go. It says, also, you guys can see that well. I don't know what's going on with my camera, actually. But I got a bunch of vampire stuff going on. See, it's all like vampire related or scary or vampire necklaces and all that crazy stuff. So, yeah. Also, I don't know how I just got a bubble thumbs up. I don't even know if you guys can see that. But anyways, here we go. Also, my hair is a mess. But anyways, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. And my balloon just fell. Again. Great. Anyways, here we go. Chapter 14, Will. I quietly push open the door, looking both ways before sneaking out of the pre-op area and almost running smack into a nurse. I quickly look away and put my face mask up to disguise myself as she heads inside. I take a few quick steps and hide behind the wall next to the stairwell, noticing a man and a woman sitting on opposite sides of the empty waiting room. Squinting, I look from one to the other. "Can I ask you a question?" the man says, and the woman looks up to meet his eyes, her jaw tightening. She looks like an older Stella, the same full lips, the same thick eyebrows, the same expressive eyes. Stella's parents. She nods just once, looking wary. You can practically cut the tension with a knife. I know I should leave. I know I should open the stairwell door and get back before I get in trouble, but something makes me stay. The tile in my bathroom is purple. What color bath mat do I? Black, she says, putting her head back down and looking at her hands, her hair falling in front of her face. There's a moment of silence, and I set the door I see the door into the hallway quickly open, Barb sliding through. Neither of them notices her come in. Stella's dad clears his throat, and the towels. She throws her hands exasperated. "It doesn't matter, Tom. It mattered when we painted the office. You said the rug. Our daughter's in surgery, and you want to talk about towels." She snaps, her face livid. I've never seen Barb look so displeased. She crosses her arms, straightening up a little straighter as she watches their back and forth. "I just want to talk," her dad says softly. "About anything." "Oh my God, you're killing me. Stop." Her voice trails off as they both look over to see Barb, her face steadily growing angrier and angrier until it has the same look that she gave us when we got in trouble. She takes a deep breath, pulling all the air from the room. "I can't imagine what you've been through losing Gabby," she says, her voice deathly serious. "But Stella," she points at the pre-op doors, where somewhere in the distance Stella is lying. On a table, about to be opened up. Stella is fighting for her life in there, and she's doing it for you. They both look ashamed. "You can't be friends, at least be adults, Barb. You can't be friends, at least be adults." Barb fires at them, her voice filled with frustration. "Dang, Barb, take it to church." Stella's mom shakes her head. "Can't be around him." I look at his face and I see Abby. Her dad looks up so quickly, barely taking in her face before her eye looks away again. I see Stella when I look at you. You are their parents. Did you forget that part of the deal? Did you know that when she found out about the surgery, she insisted on telling you herself because she was so afraid of how you'd take it?" Barb says, looking up. "God, no wonder Stella was so obsessed about staying alive. These people lost their child and they lost each other. If she died, they'd probably lose their minds. My dad left before I got sicker and sicker before the CF could take a toll on my baby. He couldn't handle a sick child. He definitely couldn't handle a dead one. But two, I watch as her parents finally look at each other, really look at each other, a teary silence falling over them. Stella's been taking care of all of us. Her mom, her dad, me. I keep counting down to 18 to bring an adult holding the reins. Maybe it's time I actually acted like it. Maybe it's time I took care of myself. I blink, looking over to Barb, her eyes widening at the same time as mine. Uh-oh, I'm like a deer caught in the headlights, unsure if I should bolt or just get what's coming to me. I hesitate for too long, and she storms over, grabbing my arm and pulling me down the hall to the elevator. Oh, hell no. I stay silent as the elevator doors slide open and she drags me inside. She presses the bottom for the third floor again and again and again, shaking her head. I can feel the anger literally radiating off her. Look, Barb, I know you're mad because she was scared. I just had to see her. But she was scared. I just had to see her. The door slides shut and she spins around to look at me, her face like thunder. You could kill her. Well, you could ruin any chance she has for new lungs. She's in more danger under the anesthesia than she is with me. I fire back. Wrong, Barb shouts as the elevator slows to a stop. The door is opening. She storms out and I follow behind her, calling after her. What is your deal, Barb? Trevor Vaughn and Trevor Vaughn and Amy Presley, young CFers just like you and Stella, Barb says, turning on her heels to face me. Amy came in with big capta. Her eyes are serious, so I close my mouth before I make one of my usual comments and let her keep talking. I was young, about Julie's age, new at this, new at life. She looks past me, staring into a different time. Trevor and Amy were in love. We all knew the rules. No contact, 6 feet apart, and she points to herself. I let them break the rules because I wanted them to be happy. Let me guess, they both died, I asked, knowing the ending long before she tells it to me. Yes, she says, looking at me dead in the eyes, fighting back tears. Trevor contracted B capta from Amy. Amy lived for another decade, but Trevor, he got ripped off the top of the transplant list and lived only 2 more years after the bacteria tanked his lung function. Shit. I swallow, looking from her to Stella's room just past the nurse's station. The list of things that can happen to us CFers, the ghost stories we've told, is pretty much endless, but hearing Barb talk about Trevor and Amy doesn't feel like a ghost story at all. I was on my watch, Will, she says, pointing at herself and shaking her head amiably. I'll be damned if it's gonna happen again. With that, she turns and walks away, leaving me speechless. I look over to see Poe standing in his doorway, his expression unreadable. He heard the raw thing. He opens his mouth to say something, but I hold up my hand, cutting him off. I make a beeline for my room, closing the door loudly behind me. I grab my laptop from my nightstand and sit down on the bed. My fingers hover over the keyboard and then I stretch it. I search B capta. Words jump out on me. I don't know this first word, so it's I think it's contamination. Contamination, risk, infection. With just a cough, with just a single touch, I could ruin her entire life. I could ruin any chance she has for new lungs. I could hurt Stella. I knew it, I guess, but I didn't really see it. The thought of that makes every bone in my body ache, worse than surgeries or infections or waking up on a bed, mourning barely able to breathe. Even worse than the pain of being in the same room as her and not being able to touch her. Death. That's what I am. That's what I am to Stella. The only thing worse than not being able to be with her or be around her would be living in a world that she doesn't exist in at all, especially if it's my fault. And that is the end of chapter 14, Will. Whenever I have a chance again, we will read chapter 16, Stella. Chapter 15, Stella. So once again, I am sorry it took me so long to read this and that it was only a short paragraph. But whenever I do have another free moment, I truly do promise you guys, I will read to you guys again. So make sure you do a thumbs up if you like the video, a thumbs down if you don't, Comment if this was your book, what your favorite scene was, what your thoughts are about Barb, if you think Will is thinking kindly, or if you think Will should just risk it. If you think Will should just risk it, or any of that, let me know. But until then, bye guys. Make sure you like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and turn on those bells for notifications. And I will see you guys when I see you. So bye.